We on, baby. We on. What's the word, beautiful people? And welcome back to your new favorite podcast, Really, Honestly, Truly, with your homegirl, the Self-Love Bestie, Marcus Catalog. I am so grateful that y'all are back here with me. And today it's like an impromptu podcast episode because I'm on this entrepreneurial journey and I'm like, this shit is hard. It's hard, y'all, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what it takes to build a business from the ground up, and just some of the things that I'm learning on this journey of creating a life I love. And a part of that life that I want to live is having my own business, being a CEO of my own business and brand. And having multiple sources of income, most of them coming from my own personal businesses. And so today we're going to be talking about what I'm learning, or just lessons for you if you are a budding entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur. Just some things that I'm learning, some takeaways that you can add to your personal little self-love kit in terms of entrepreneurship. So I am preparing for it's kind of like a pop-up shop. It's an event, but I'm going to be there vending as a vendor, and I'm going to be selling my self-love shirts and also my ebooks, my workbooks. And I've never sold t-shirts before. And this is my first time launching t-shirts or merch in general. I've always wanted to do it, but I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So number one, when starting a business, you gotta be sure. That's number one. That's the first thing I'm learning. You gotta be sure. And what I mean by you gotta be sure that you really want this shit. Because, honey, the roadblocks, the hurdles, the trial and error, because this shit really is trial and error. And today, on my way to pick up the shirts from the warehouse that I purchased them from, I'm like, do I really want to be an entrepreneur? Like, do I really want this? Because on social media, the entrepreneurs that's killing it or appear to be killing it, like, they make the shit look easy. And the reason why I wanted to document the journey is because I wanted to talk about the highs and the lows of being an entrepreneur. And today, y'all, I'm just like, am I sure I want this? Because the work that it's taking, like working a 9-to-5 to make sure my bills are paid, and on the side, building a brand, it's a lot. And I just want to share that it's a lot. But it's nothing that you can't handle if it's something that you really want. And so you got to ask yourself, am I sure? Do I really want this? Like, is this for me? And is this what I want to do with my life? Because y'all, all right. And the second thing I learned, and all of this happened, I've learned within the span of the past week and a half or so, or maybe today I'm just kind of like learning all this shit at once. The second thing I've learned is it's all about character. Like, your character matters. Like, how you show up with the people that you are building with or connecting with, that matters. But also, you may have to kind of shift, not who you are, but shift your actions. And what I mean by that is, I'm a pretty passive person, but I'm learning that in business, sometimes you got to be assertive. I'm not an assertive person. But today, y'all, I was so mad because first of all, I live in Vegas. It's 114 degrees outside, hot as hell, basically. I'm outside trying to get into this warehouse, trying to figure out where to go out. They were sending me back and forth, all outside though. Because it's a warehouse and there was no entrance for customers, or at least it didn't look like an entrance. They have no signs or anything. And when I finally got in contact with somebody and reached someone, I said, oh no, y'all got to figure this out. Y'all need to figure this out. Y'all need some signs. Y'all need some systems and processes. Y'all need something. And he was about to send me somewhere else. Cause he was like, I agree. And he was about to send me somewhere else. I said, you gonna have to tell them to bring it right here to where I'm at. I'm not going. Y'all been giving me the runaround. I've been running all over this place. This is why y'all need to get some order around here, because I've been running all over the place and I'm tired and I'm hot. So y'all gonna have to bring my package that I paid for already right here. And they helped me out. So I was like, that was a lesson for myself. Cause I'm like I said, I'm not an assertive person. I'm pretty passive, but in entrepreneurship and in life in general, like, there are moments where you're going to have to be assertive. You're going to have to say what you mean and mean what you say. You're going to have to sometimes demand that people do the shit that they're supposed to do in order for you to, for you to reach your goals and get shit done. And so had I went to the next spot that he told me to go to, I would probably still be there waiting for my package. So number 2 is you gotta, I don't even know if it's shifting your character or what it is, but you just learn how to be, I guess number 2 is be assertive. You gotta learn how to be assertive. If you're a passive person, you're gonna have to learn how to speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself and for your business. Because if you don't advocate for you, then who else? Who gonna do it? Number 3, I've been saying this throughout this entire episode so far. The third thing that I'm learning about entrepreneurship is that this shit is a process. It's a journey. Like, I love Nipsey. One of the reasons why I love Nipsey Hussle and his brand is because life really is a marathon. And he talks about, he shares his journey. Like, he shared his journey of going from being a hustler out on the street to being a rapper to being an entrepreneur, owning his masters and all of that. And it's like, this is a process. So when they say don't compare yourself to other people, it's easier said than done. But I'm learning that you cannot compare your step 1 to somebody else's step 10, because their step 10 looks very successful and like they're thriving, but you at step 1 and being at step 1, like, you don't have this shit figured out. Like, I don't have this shit figured out. Like, I am learning as I go. Like, yesterday, one of my friends helped me print out the design for the t-shirt. Today, I picked up the t-shirts, and I had some hurdles with picking up the t-shirt. I'm learning about vinyl, the different types of vinyl that there are, and heat press. A friend of mine, she let me borrow her heat press. I don't know how to use that heat press, but I'm about to learn. But so it's a journey. And so if I was to compare my step 1, which is currently, to somebody else's who's thriving in their t-shirt business or their entrepreneurship journey, like, I would drive myself crazy, because their journey is their journey and my journey is my journey. Your journey is your journey, and you need to lean into your journey and trust your process. Okay? Trust your process. And I'm not going to go to number 4, but on trusting the process. We hear that term all the time, trust the process. That phrase all the time, trust the process. But what is your process? What process are you trusting? You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy for your business, not just your business, but your life in general. You got to have a plan, but also know that just because you have a plan, it doesn't mean that the plan is going to go exactly how you plan it out to go. So you have to have a plan, but also be flexible. Be willing to twist and turn and being with integrity. But be willing to go with the flow of God and of life, because shit happens. And you have to, sometimes it got to be quick. You got to move with the flow quick, and you can't get so wrapped up on, no, but I wanted it to look like this or happen like this, because that'll hold you back or start to make you feel defeated. Okay? Number 4, purpose. You got to have a purpose for why you want to be an entrepreneur, because your why is going to outweigh the bullshit, because there's going to be some bullshit. Okay? So you got to have a solid why. I had to ask myself today, like, why am I doing this? Because today had me like ready to quit. I ain't even going to hold y'all. Today had me like ready to quit. And I'm like, what's my purpose? Why am I doing this? So you got to have a purpose and a why. So before you even launch your business or whatever, you got to know, why am I doing this? Like, but aside from making money, like, why are you doing what you're doing? Like, who is your business helping? But also, how is it going to help you aside from making money? Okay? So you got to have a why, because the why got to be stronger than the bullshit. It's going to outweigh the bullshit. And then number 5, faith. You got to believe. Like, you got to believe in, if this is something that God has called you to do, then you got to trust and stand in that and believe that, okay, if God called me to this, then 1, he going to supply everything I need. 2, I'm equipped with what I need in order to get started. And 3, it's all going to work out. So you got to believe that you have a purpose for doing what you're doing, but you also got to believe in yourself. Y'all, starting off, it's like, don't nobody know who you are. Like, no one knows who you are, and at the same time, it's people got their own shit going on. So you gotta be your biggest cheerleader. You gotta clap for yourself when ain't nobody else clapping. You gotta validate yourself when ain't nobody else validating you. And even when people are clapping and validating for you, don't take that shit to the head, because validation is here today, gone tomorrow. They gonna love you today, hate you tomorrow. And I ain't saying like anybody's hating on me or anything like that, but it's just shit that I'm noticing and learning. It's like, Marika, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in your brand. You gotta believe in your products. You gotta believe in your vision. You gotta believe in your marketing. You gotta believe in your voice, and you gotta believe in your why. Like, why did I get started? Why am I doing this? Why do I want this? You gotta believe, like, stand 10 toes down in your faith, in your belief, in God, and self, in your business, in your brand, because that's going to keep you going when it's silent, when you hearing crickets. That's what's going to keep you going. You got to, let's go. We got this. You got to pump yourself up, because sometimes it gets silent. And it ain't no shade to nobody else, and it ain't other people's fault. Like I said, people got their own shit going on, but like, you got to be solid on what you got going on and what you doing. So that's it, y'all. Those are the 5 things that I'm learning about entrepreneurship. What's that? I was saying another one. I can edit it. And I'm gonna add a bonus in there. Number 6, don't forget to take time out for yourself, to take care of you. Self-care is important in this thing, because burnout is real. So you have to, this is where self-awareness comes into play. Like, you have to really know when, okay, enough is enough. Okay, I need a break. Okay, I'm dehydrated. I live in Vegas, so I get dehydrated real quick. So I had to like pause, go hydrate yourself. Even if something so simple as that, like that's self-care, that's self-love. Staying hydrated, making sure you eat. Don't work and you not eating or taking care of yourself. Don't be so caught up on building the brand that you forget about self, because you are your brand as well. Like, you are your brand as well. You represent your business. So how you take care of yourself is just as important as how you take care and build your business. All right, y'all. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the channel. We're on YouTube at Marika's Catalog. On Instagram, we're Really Honestly Truly. I had to separate it on Instagram. But share with me in the comments below, what is one thing that you're going to work on? If you are an aspiring entrepreneur, or you're already an entrepreneur, like, what is one thing that you're going to do, or one thing that you gained from this episode, just from the things that I'm learning? What is one thing that stood out to you, or one thing that you are going to apply to your life and in your business? Share with me in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to get your Becoming Your Own It Girl workbook. Link in the bio. All right, y'all, as always, I'm sending you love and light, love and light, love and light. I'm out, y'all. Peace.